Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Tech Tuesday. My name is Ben.
And I'm Bradley.
And we are here knocking out another round of questions for the people. Bradley, I thank you for taking the time to do this this afternoon. So hopefully all things going according to plan. You all will be seeing this today on Tuesday, the Technical Tuesday. All right, so before we begin, Bradley, do you have any questions, quibbles, fashion statement tips before we begin for those out in the audience?
I feel like the fashion statement part, I really can't, I just can't answer that.
Okay, here's where it's from. This is why it happened. So we have a representative with Meta or Facebook, the people that do help us where we run our ads. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of it, he runs through something similar, explaining, do you have any questions, whatever, or fashion statement tips. I thought it was
good
so
to know,
cool.
because I didn't know
I thought it was so cool. I decided to add it in here. So shout out to Aaron from Meta.
That's fair.
But yeah, so that's what's going on here. But do you have anything before we begin?
The only thing I want to mention before we get into these questions is the giveaway that we have going on right now.
Oh yeah, started today.
Yeah. So first kit going out on Friday. You got the option between a Jackpot Lite standalone system or a Killshot. You have to be following the Instagram and the Facebook page, and then subscribe to the YouTube page.
Yep. You can fill that out on the website. Just go to our website. There should be a tab at the top that says giveaway. Yeah. You can fill all that stuff out. All that's in there. It's one or the other. So you'll be able to put in which kit you would prefer. And so then
it's
every
like a little
week,
drop down, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep. Every single week we will draw. I think this one will be a kill shot. Next week will be LS, and then it goes all the way through March. So there's a really big chance that you might win.
All the way through March.
Every week we're giving away a system.
Hey,
so
if I were able to enter in that,
yes,
I would.
Yes.
I don't think I can. So.
Well, go ahead, sign up there. That's a good reminder. Thanks for the reminder.
Figure we should bring it up here.
Yeah,
just
I
for
completely
the people that watch.
The days get busy. Everything runs together, and
it's
I
all
forget.
good.
Okay,
all good. So
all right.
Let's get into this thing here.
Michael Strider 8774. I appreciate what y'all do. Do you have any videos on setting up a two-step as well as any updates on boost control? I don't think we do have any like standalone videos, so maybe that's something we can do this week if you're available. Yeah. You can shine some light on that.
We can definitely do a video on setting up the two-step. I know I've done like a tech short on the nitrous, but that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Boost control, that's more of a Tim thing. He's working on that stuff right now. I know we had some displays at PRI for that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's in the works, but I don't really know a time frame on that of when it's going to come out, the release date. I know when we start testing stuff like that, they'll have a kind of like a, what's the word?
I don't know.
Like a test sample. And then we get it, we try to break it, see what's going on with it, and then we just test and test.
Sorry.
It's a prototype. That's the word, prototype. So we get the prototype in, then we go through it, and we test and test and test, make sure it's good, and then we come up with the release date. I haven't gotten my hands on a test sample to actually physically test yet. I don't know if I should say this on YouTube or not.
No, this is the place to do it. These are the real fans.
I mean, we have the prototype that was sent to the show.
Yeah.
And it's currently being worked on like today. It is a thing that's being worked on. Tim's working on it with the manufacturers and with the engineers and stuff. Yeah. They're getting that information. So I'm sure I'll be getting one here shortly to physically test it. When we get that in, I'm sure it'll pop up on this table here, like all the other great new things that just sneak into the videos. And we'll give you all an update on that. But as of right now, we don't have a update on the boost control. We can definitely schedule a video for the two-step and make some fireballs and stuff.
Absolutely. And I think the other thing that we can look into doing is just showcasing how to set up. If you're going to go in and tune for boost or set up we can do that. But as far as the boost control, that is a coming soon thing for sure.
I know we have information on how to do the scaling for boost and things like that. So I think what we should probably do is just touch up on that and then just make another series on some boost stuff. Yeah. So that'll be good.
That'd be sick.
Timbos_adventures. The main thing I miss from the Terminator X is having the ability to flip a toggle/rocker switch to turn my 480 into manual mode. I like being able to dictate what gear I'm in when I'm wheeling. Any plans on doing something similar? I'm running a jackpot with a 6.0 and a 480 setup. I know how to do it if I unplug your computer and splice the wires together, but I'd rather not do that.
Yeah, we'd rather you not do that either.
I'd rather not do that either. Because like I said on the last episode, voiding the warranty is not really a
you don't want to do
thing
that
to do.
Ever.
Yeah, we'll look into it. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't see why. I mean, I've never something that's come across, at least Tech Tuesday, and it's definitely not something I've heard of before, but it's definitely something we can look into.
That's solid. I could take this and send it to Tim and get his opinion on it, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And it would be something that you would see in an update for sure.
Yeah.
So not exactly sure what wires he would have to
I
splice
don't know
into,
either.
But I mean, if it's doable, it's doable. I mean, we'll look into it for sure.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. John MP 1966. I installed a Killshot on my car, and it's been running for about a month now. I know nothing about EFI and went into it with knowing it's going to need to be tweaked, and I'm learning all I can. With that said, can you guys do a video on tuning basics? I know that kinda is a loaded question, but I noticed quite a few people, myself included, having an issue with a lean bog when it's going full throttle from idle under load. So maybe something on the lines where go in and look into the tune in that kind of area. Sorry for the long-winded question, lol. Thanks, guys. Don't worry, John. I'm not Tim. I don't mind reading it every once in a while.
All right, so there's a few things with this particular topic.
Sure.
We do have tech documents. Are they on the website?
Not yet.
I don't think they're on the website yet. That's a thing that we're looking to do. But you can call in. Everybody that's on the phones has access to them. They'll email them to you. There is a lean bog document that we've had for quite a while now, and it's solid. I mean, it's helped a lot of people just understanding the settings, what they do, how it reacts, and goes into detail on that. But I will say, I'm dropping a little bit of inside knowledge here. Tim is writing a Killshot tuning guide.
Really? I didn't know that. That's awesome. That's cool.
I just proofread it this morning. He's got part 1 written.
Wow.
Fine, like in the works to be finalized. Part 2. I don't know how many sections there's going to be, but that's going to be a thing in the future. I read it this morning.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
Don't know if he wanted me to say that on here, but this is where
This is literally where
the secrets come out.
Yeah.
So I figured it's only if the shoe fits. You know what I mean? So we've got the lean bog document. If that's specifically what you're after, then we got you covered there.
Call
if you're
in,
wanting
ask for
something more in depth, which that document's in depth, don't get me wrong, but it's specific to that situation. I don't want to call it an issue because it's not really like an issue. I mean, It's just the way the system is. But if you want something like super in detail, I mean, it gives the descriptions on what this setting is and like how to go through the windows and stuff, how to connect. It gives you great pictures. There's no coloring book in there, so that's a bummer. But yeah, I mean, it's
I was trying not to laugh.
It's pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. I told him it was great, so be looking for that.
Yeah, super cool. And I know we kind of touched on it in the last Tech Tuesday video, but we're not finishing the other, tuning guide playlist. Tim's just gone.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets back, we'll finish those.
Yeah, thing's going to get.
Those will have tuning videos in them. If we need to do separate tuning guides, I mean, we'll even use our test dyno to showcase some of those tunes and how to tune on our advanced tuning software. So those things that people are asking for, yes, they're on their way. Tim's just not here right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Next question.
Dennis Tilson-V1B. Hello, 2 questions I have. Number 1, can my Killshot Classic ECU be mounted next to a speaker on my console without causing any problems with the ECU, such as a magnetic interference? I think you're good.
Yeah, sorry. I'm getting a phone call. That's why I wasn't.
We don't really have a whole lot of RFI, EMI issues, stuff like that with our ECUs just because of the casing on the outside. And they actually have built-in.
This is our camera guy. Never mind.
Dang it.
Okay,
so I don't think you're going to have an issue doing that. I've, just for R&D purposes, have done some questionable things with putting ECUs in certain locations and haven't been able to get any sort of issue with them. So question number 2, same guy. Does the 20 gauge red fuel level wire on the Killshot Classic connect to the positive terminal on the fuel gauge? Nothing in the instruction manual addresses it again, thanks. So that wire's there. I hate to repeat, but for future expansion. So the reason it's not in the manual right now is because it's not active right now.
Correct.
That is where it will go if you want to go ahead and hook it up. But it's not currently active. And this is the reason, I know we've addressed it on here before, but this is the reason that we don't do the paper copies.
Yep.
Because right now, that wire is there, but it's not in the instructions and it's not active right now.
Yep.
So when it is,
the
manual will be correct. It will be updated, up to date, so you got all the information you need for that wire when it's able to be used, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
So.
Sweet.
Yeah. On to the next.
Next question is from Nathan BUHL 6194. What wiring can I use to add my oil pressure as a reading on the handheld? I have the Killshot unit.
Okay.
That's a really good question. Now, I believe this will change with the new Killshot Pro, but right now there should be a plug on there that's it's either, does it just say FPS?
Yeah, it says FPS.
Yeah. But it's able to read fuel, oil, and boost pressure, correct? From that, or is it just fuel and oil?
Fuel and oil.
Okay.
I've not ran it on boost. So
okay. But what you do is inside that handheld, you're going to switch the actual setting to read oil pressure. I wish I could pull it up for you, but in the monitor section of the handheld.
So, do you want me to tell them where it's at?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you'll go into the icon in the top right. You'll click on that, and then you'll go to monitor, home setup, and then gauge.
Yep.
Click on there, and then you'll pick one of the sidebars wherever you want it to go and click it, and then you'll find oil pressure or OPS. Put it on there, hit save in the top left corner, back all the way out. You'll be there.
Yep. But the hookup is from that FPS.
Yeah. So on the harness, the FPS plug on that particular system can do either or. So you got your oil pressure sensor, and then you plug it in there.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Cool,
sweet.
Cool.
You got 2 questions, so I'll read this one too. SGSTNG. I'm sure that spells something, but I'm just going to leave it as is. Is there any plans to make your system compatible with a flex fuel sensor so the software can automatically adjust for changes in fuel being used with the system? Probably. Yeah, I have not heard any reason why we won't do that. I just know that
one of the many things that's being talked about, discussed with our engineers, we have been looking into it. As of right now, we don't have it, but that is something that we're talking with engineers about. Like, hey, this is something that we need for this, and people are asking about it because of this.
And I think it goes even beyond flex fuel, right? Looking into other types of sensors that could be used for additional fuels. So,
yeah.
But flex fuel is definitely
one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Lug Nutter strikes again. Wanting to run
timing control.
Okay, he meant to say timing. Wanting to run timing control. My question is, do I run timing control through the ECU to Hall Effect Dizzy or through the High Roller CDI box? Okay, so
great question.
Don't know what system it is, if it's Killshot. Well, if it's a Hall effect, I'm going to assume it's a wild card or a joker. Well,
Yep.
wouldn't be a joker because you got a high roller. So we'll say it's a wild card.
Yep.
So it depends.
Deducing. I love it.
It depends.
Yep.
Really, honestly, because you can do your timing control through the wild card and then dumbfire the CDI box, and then your wild card will have full timing control, or you can run it a different way and have the CDI box controlling the timing, but it's a retard box. So you're going to have to go in there and build your table and build the retard timing. If you're going to build a timing table on the wild card, it'll be a 2D table, or you can just go with the simple, which goes through the set values that's on there for idle, part throttle, wide open throttle.
Mm-hmm.
So there's multiple ways. It really depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're just looking to run the timing control and you want to know which one, I mean, you can do either or.
I'd say
there's different
running
configurations, but they're in the manual. So if you look at your high roller instructions, well, no, actually it'll be on the wildcard instructions of like when you're hooking up the distributor on running that with a high roller together. There's multiple ways to do it. So if you're doing it with the wildcard, I'm assuming running the timing control, you're going to run your tack wire from it to your tack wire on your additional wires from the wildcard and then put it to CD ignition. So if that's what you want to do it that way. So
if you're a guy who's talked to Tim and got the Killshot and then got a Hall effect distributor separately, I think the same still applies for the Killshot as well.
You have to wire it a little bit differently because it's a 3-wire.
Oh,
distributor.
yeah.
It's doable.
Well,
you can
I
do
mean from the ability to run timing control from the ECU.
Yeah, I mean, so the Killshot has like the VR plug on the harness.
Correct.
If you want to run a Hall effect, you got to use some of the loose wires, and there's a way to do it. But then it would just be,
I didn't mean to,
it would be magnetic for the VR, but in this case, in the Hall effect, you would do the...
Yeah. I just wanted to cover the base because I know Tim's a big Hall effect distributor guy.
No, I love the Hall effect.
No matter what system you're running, so it's
great.
possible he's got a Killshot as well. But wow, I haven't seen this name in a while. 1990 Bad Doggy, the Jackpot LS top end kit drive-by-wire throttle body. What option do I choose in the Start Wizard? Aces Part AM 1008 not listed.
Well, what part number is that? Do you want to go look?
We could.
Let's go look. AM 1008.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's type it in and see what we get. My gosh. Oh, it's our drive-by-wire throttle body. Okay. So if you're using our drive-by-wire throttle body, what I do on our S10 Blazer that has that on there is I just select custom. I just do custom. You can do the GM.
Really?
You can do the GM part number, but on the Blazer, I do custom. So CTS pedal or the low car pedal will get you going, but yeah, we don't have our part number in there because that's our SKU number, but it's the same scaling as that GM part number, which is off of like a 5th-gen Camaro or something. So the scaling is the same if you do the GM part number, but I hit custom. Works great.
There's a lot of map sensors that you can select in.
That's a throttle body. I think that's what it was. Throttle body.
I'm just trying to think because.
So when you go in the Start Wizard, you select, when you hit drive-by-wire, it asks for a part number for the throttle body and then a part number.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it asked for a part number until you got to map sensors. So that's why I'm running through this in my head.
Okay, so if you hit...
I did not know that.
So when you go in the Start Wizard and you're doing a jackpot and you hit yes to drive-by-wire, it's going to ask you which throttle body you have and which pedal you have.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we've got...
Okay. How long is that?
I don't remember exactly how many part numbers are in there for the throttle body. But the pedals, we got the low car and the CTS pedal.
How long has that been a thing?
For a while.
Really?
Yeah, that's been a thing for a
Wow.
while.
So I'm behind the ball.
It's kind of the same thing like when you're doing the transmission. You got to pick if you got a 4L80 or a 4L60.
Yeah. We should probably update our show software then when we go.
You have to pick your second gear ratio also. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what he's talking about.
That's cool.
That's the SKU number, but that's our internal SKU number. That's not really dictating like which one you pick. Like I said, it's got the same scaling as that GM part number, so you can pick either that one or custom.
Okay.
So
this is why you have the Tech on
the
Tech
more you
Tuesday.
learn, right?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Toyota Junkie goes on to say, just for you Aces guys, I don't know why some people are so adamant about paper copies of instructions and are so afraid of using a desktop, laptop, or their phone. I don't know. I don't know if it's that, but maybe. I prefer to not use my phone, but that's just me because I am... He got you. Older folks. LMAO. First of all, it's not cost effective to print them. Too many people just toss them away anyway. Wow.
That's fair.
Preach. No, I'm just kidding. Too many people toss them away. And as y'all have stated before, what if things change twice in 6 months? For example, you want Aces to send you a new copy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all the same things. Like, you can go through and read Toyota Junkie's comment. But, yeah, at the end of the day, like, I think for us, we do want to keep changing even our systems that we've had for years because we want to make them better. And that would only make sense, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, for sure. Good question, though.
Yeah.
The first part.
Yeah, the first part of
the second part.
The second part was more of a statement. I
felt
like we had to include that just because I was not expecting to see that.
Definitely a jab on the older folks. It's fine.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's just about it. Bradley, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Tech Tuesday. For all of you guys, thanks for joining in. If you liked it, please feel free to leave a like down below. If you have any questions about Aces fuel injection or EFI in general, also feel free to leave a comment down below. We'll be happy to get to it in our next Tech Tuesday video. If you know anyone that's thinking about switching over to fuel injection, send them our way as well. We'd love to point them in the right direction. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.
See you.